Welcome to episode 90 of Timm Talk, the podcast about the DC anime universe co-created by Bruce Timm. I'm Chris Lord.
I'm Cameron Dexter.
And once again, it is hotter than hell as we're recording.
So it's going to be a short episode, guys.
It's either we talk or we have the air conditioning on.
Yeah.
So guess which one we're going to go for.
We're going to talk fast so we can cool off.
Yeah, but
With these nice two frost
very
episodes.
ice heavy, these two episodes. One of which is one of my all-time favorites. I bet you can guess which one.
The Fantastic Four reboot?
Of course, absolutely. That's our fourth Fantastic Four reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't really have that much in terms of news.
Well, that's I don't have any either.
It was kind of a quiet week. I mean, some of it is just relatively inconsequential. Like, Warner Brothers has announced they're going to do a Supergirl movie, and they want a female director for it. Good on both counts, but the reality is we'll probably never actually see this movie get made, because that's what they do. They just say they're going to make things, see what sticks, and then never follow through on any of them.
Mm-hmm. We have a Batman Day, which is interesting.
Oh,
we'll probably forget about.
September 15th. We got to remember. I have to set a reminder.
DC acclaimed it as Batman Day.
Because I feel like that's when, because this is isn't this the 80th?
1937.
No, he's
8? 9?
No, he's 30.
No, Wonder
He's
Woman's
39.
9. I thought Wonder Woman was 9. I thought he was 7.
No, Superman's 38, Batman's 39, and then I think that's next year, because there's a new logo they put out for the 80th anniversary of Batman, but that's going to be, I think, like that'll be probably all of next year they're going to do that.
Okay.
But it's a cool logo. I don't know if have you seen it?
I've not. I'll look it up.
Look it up. It's pretty cool. I don't know, the other... Oh, did you see I guess if you want to call it a teaser trailer, the teaser trailer for the live-action Kim Possible movie?
I've not seen it. Okay, let me talk. I'm sure it's not great, but I need to preface this with I've had one of the busiest weeks of my life.
This is true,
this past
yeah.
week. So I have been completely absent from all social media and all internet.
You haven't really missed out on much. I mean, go watch it. It's super short, and
I'm sure.
Mostly it's just text animation, and then there's like a brief scene of the girl saying, "What's the stitch?
What's the stitch?
Stitch. What's the stitch?"
I mean, she does
what
say.
Is he?
To be fair, she does say that in the Kim Possible, Lilo and Stitch Recess crossover that they definitely had.
Wait, was that a thing?
That was a thing.
That was a thing?
Disney had this moment for like 3 years where they were just gonna have all of their biggest shows, both the live action and animated, just all crossover with each other.
What?
All the time.
Wait, so what was the plot of the Kim Possible Recess Lilo and Stitch crossover? Because I'm assuming this was the Lilo and Stitch cartoon where they're chasing down the other 625 experiments.
Yeah. So Kim goes to Hawaii to, I'm pretty sure it was Recess. I feel like I remember seeing Gus on there because I thought the art style didn't fit.
Well, none of those art styles blend.
Not at all.
At all.
No.
I'm looking this up.
I just remember Lilo thought Rufus was an experiment, and they had to convince her that no, he's just an ugly like animal.
Yeah.
Who's precious.
He's so adorable.
I love Rufus. Was it
Lilo and Stitch,
Kim Possible, and
no, I mean it looks like it's just Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
Yeah, because Hamsterville hires Dr. Draken
Dr. Hamsterville.
I forgot about Dr. Hamsterville. Okay, Hamsterville hires Dr. Draken to abduct Stitch.
Right. That's right. Oh,
yeah.
Great. Oh, we have sad news this week. The voice actor passed away.
Which voice actor?
You would know him. I feel bad that I already forgot his name. He's a big Japanese voice actor, but he is kind of like Kevin Michael Richardson, has like a really deep. But he was not Jumba. He was Gantu in the Lilo and Stitch cartoon and movie.
Okay. Who? Voice actor.
Unsho Ishizuka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was probably most famous. He was the voice of Professor Oak in Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Big anime voice actor, but he did a lot in American cartoons as well.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's... I mean, you know me. I wasn't really a Pokemon guy, so that's part of the reason I probably didn't recognize
Pokemon,
him.
Cowboy Bebop, Naruto, Kenichi, the world's mightiest disciple.
Yeah, I feel like he mostly did stuff that I don't watch.
Just a little bit.
So I don't care that he's dead.
Oh, don't say that.
No, that's not true. It's always sad. Always sad
Yeah.
when a voice actor passed away, especially because they're just generally less known than screen actors, and I think they're in some ways more beloved.
Yeah.
In many ways, they're more beloved.
Oh, he was an Ippo.
I don't even know what any of these. I don't know. What any
Ippo
of these things
is
are.
one of my favorite anime. It's the boxing one.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought My Hero Academia was your favorite anime.
Well, I mean, I said one of.
Oh,
Hiroaka is my current current running. It's my favorite.
okay. Well, I stand corrected.
Have you even started it yet? Have you started your task?
I have things to say about that later on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
In Bat Plugs.
I'm so excited.
I actually have things to talk about that. Yeah, the only other
I'm just gonna skip this episode because I just want to talk about that.
Just jump to the end. The only other bit I have to talk about is they released the first trailer for Star Wars Resistance, which is the animated series replacing Rebels. It looks fine.
Okay.
So it's set prior to Episode 7, and it's all about a Resistance pilot flying in a newly designed ship. It's not one of the X-Wings.
Okay.
Who I guess also has to spy on his fellow recruits to see who of them are loyal to Resistance and who might be spies for the Empire or whatever. And Poe Dameron is in it for a bit. I guess Princess Leia will be in it.
All right.
Obviously not voiced by Carrie Fisher. One presumes. I don't know. It looks fine. The animation style is a little bit different than Rebels, but I liked Rebels a lot.
I haven't been able to find season 1 through 3.
Yeah,
it makes me really upset.
I don't think they make it easy to get. I don't know. Do you know if Clone Wars is on Netflix?
I think it should still be there.
If it is, that's also well worth a watch. But you have to look up the order to watch it in because you can't watch it in the normal order.
That's what I've heard.
And there are some painful episodes. There's definitely an episode. I want to say they're on Mon Calamari, but it has both Jar Jar and C-3PO. Focuses on those two characters.
Yes, all I want is dialogue from the two of them
Absolutely
for 20 minutes.
Skip that episode. But there's actually a lot of really, really good ones in there.
I've heard.
In there, though. Yeah.
I also really want to go back and rewatch all of the Tartovsky ones.
Oh, they're so good. I rewatched those not too long ago, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
Especially the stuff that now non-canonically was supposed to have taken place right before the Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
basically,
right
the attack on
66.
Coruscant.
Yeah.
When Grievous kidnaps Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's back before he was wheezy and weird. He was a badass version.
Right.
He's so good. The Mace Windu in that epic scene where he throws his lightsaber and then just punches through a wave of droids.
Oh, they make all the Jedi so much more
God.
badass in that series. I mean, that's just
Yes.
Tartovsky though.
That's true.
Because Kit Fisto is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And you see him die twice in the Star Wars movies.
Oh, does he die in?
You see him
Attack of
get
the Clones?
shot in Attack of the Clones, and then you see him die
He
again
actually
in Order 66.
dies. Yeah. In Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Oh, poor Kit Fisto.
I know, and I love him so much.
Great character. Terrible name.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Cool design. I like the octopus head thing.
Yeah, and again, he definitely looks better in animation than he does in a weird
100%.
mask thing.
100%.
I feel like that's one that they do now in CGI. It would probably look a little bit sharper.
Yeah.
But no, there's so many Jedi from the prequels that were awesome. Ki-Adi-Mundi was one of my personal favorites.
See the six head?
The six brain guy or whatever. They got
Yeah.
the super tall head.
Yeah.
Yeah, always loved him.
Mhm.
Kit Fisto. Oh God, Shakti.
Was that the girl?
Yeah, she. I think she was a Twi'lek. She had I think she was. She had the braids, the
Yes.
the
She was
orange
in
and white striped braids.
Force Unleashed.
Yes, she was. Because actually, there's a deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith where she gets killed by Grievous. Doesn't she get taken with them in the Clone Wars cartoon? I'm trying to remember. Did she get
I don't
captured with
remember.
Palpatine, or is she just left behind?
Well, she's the one that I thought she's the one that gets shot during Order 66 in the.
No, that's Ayla Secura on Fallujah.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, with the dual lightsabers. No, I know Shakti's the one who single-handedly holds off Grievous long enough to try and get Palpatine out of there.
Okay.
And she's just so badass. Yeah, but it was mostly cartoons that made all those characters great.
Oh wait, no,
But-
Kit Fisto didn't die in Order 66. Palpatine killed him when he.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he stabbed him. It was
Yeah, I
him
forgot about that.
and Mace Windu and CC10. I want to say that
I don't
went
know the other two
to go
because there were
catch.
two other. There were three. Was there 3 or 4 bodyguards
There was
that Anakin came with?
2 Jedi that went with Mace Windu. Because no, I'm trying to think. Okay, the ones that got
That's
killed
right,
in
yeah,
Order
yeah.
66, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Plo Koon,
I forgot about Plo Koon.
yeah, Ayla Secura. Oh, there's another female Jedi. I can never remember her name. It starts with an A. I don't know.
Oh, Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone.
Yes.
The classic Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Only
all-
Jedi from Earth. Pretty crazy.
Well, if you're gonna pick anyone, she's a well-deserved choice. Very well-deserved.
I mean, do you think she has a yellow lightsaber? Does
Yes,
she have the
obvious.
first plaid lightsaber?
I mean, ooh, is it plaid or is it bright pink? Like bright fucking pink.
I feel like it's too close to Sith.
Okay, you know what? You're right.
It clashes too much with the Jedi robes.
It's a black and yellow.
She has pink. She has
plaid.
pink Jedi robes.
She has pink Jedi robes, and I think she has a little heart on the bottom end of her lightsaber handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Classic.
Like almost like a keychain.
Yeah, just dangling off the bottom there. Just a little flare.
Yeah.
Just jazz it up a little bit.
God, what a great story we have to write now.
I know. So much fan
Jedi Master
fiction.
Silverstone.
Okay, well, that's it for our non-news section, I think.
Perfect.
So we have Meltdown this week, which is, I think, one of the best episodes in all of Batman Beyond,
Okay.
from what I can recall. I hope that doesn't paint the rest of the show with faint praise. I hope you liked this episode.
I did like this. This was the worst
The
episode
worst
I've ever
episode.
seen.
Yeah, rewatching it again, having just rewatched all the rest of the stuff, I had a great appreciation for how much they really tried to keep that character consistent with Freeze, and
Yeah.
that once again he is really almost the most in this episode. He's a victim of circumstance, even beyond Heart of Ice, because even the people he goes after are only really the people that wronged him.
Right.
He really doesn't take anyone out, like any innocent bystanders out with him.
Well, he almost does, but then he decides not to because he wants to blow up the whole building. Which I still think he does, doesn't
Does
he?
the whole building still come down anyways?
think it
The
does.
whole building does come down, but I guess we assume that everyone else got out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Yeah. I mean, this show does not hide away from the fact that it kills people. So
Lots of people.
Lots of people.
We'll
So
talk about in the next episode.
Yeah, I think we could run the idea that everyone else did escape.
Yeah.
That being said, there's still a decent body count in here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole thing is a lot darker. Like even that scene at the graveyard. So okay, we can start.
Yeah,
from
we'll start from the
beginning.
top.
Okay, right from the top, why the hell is the henchman on the ground at the nuclear waste dump designed to look just like Derek Powers, but with a weird mustache? Was that only me who thought that?
I didn't think of that.
He looks just like him. It's like the exact same character design, but with like weird Gary Oldman Fifth Element hair and a tweedly mustache.
I did not make that connection, but we'll say they were distant relatives, second cousins.
It's like, that's true.
Uh,
Why else would the henchman have Powers' number in his
right?
phone?
Yeah, he just got out of jail.
like
His mom was like, "Why don't you call up your cousin Derek?"
yeah. He's also named Derek.
Sorry, not Derek.
Call up your other cousin.
Yeah.
Happens to also be named Derek, the one you hate.
Yeah,
He needs a job.
he needs a job. Listen, I was talking to
He can
Kathy.
go dump some of them chemicals for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like Powers is a terrible megalomaniac
Yeah.
because there's no hiding his connections to these people. Like, the henchman always have his number on speed dial. He's down at the docks himself loading up really dangerous weapons onto transports. Like, why doesn't he have people to do this for him? Why isn't there a serious,
Well, he's learned.
chain
So
of-
here's the thing. We talked about last week how he is exactly like Lex Luthor, except he's learned from Lex.
Okay.
Lex paid everyone to do his stuff.
And it never worked?
It never worked. He was less guilty. They couldn't prove it was him.
Yeah.
But it also didn't get done.
I mean,
So he's like, fuck it. Also, he probably started this. I mean, we know he started all this before Batman was here.
this is true.
I'm sure he did this for years and completely got away with it.
Yeah, it's well, he has like all the cops bought off too, I guess, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be subtle. He can intimidate teenagers all by himself.
Right. Yeah. He can hit them with his hover car.
Yeah. But I do. I mean, there is a bit of a pattern here in terms of how the episodes are structured. It pretty much always starts off with Batman intervening on some sort of crime. Usually, it involves powers.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like that, even that opening sequence a little bit with them loading the radioactive material onto the boat and Batman showing up and fighting them in invisible mode. Which he stayed in invisible mode for a weirdly long time
Yeah.
because they could see him at a certain point, right? Like, oh, this guy's here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like,
Well,
how-
maybe it was dark. Maybe it's nighttime.
Yeah, they could probably also see his footprints in the snow.
Was it snowing?
Yeah, it was snowing.
Okay.
Because like the first scene is him crunching, like his feet crunching as he's running across, like check the water.
Okay.
But I like the little trick with the cable on the back of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
It's. I feel like Nolan saw that, and that's what inspired the truck
The
flip
truck
in
flip.
Dark Knight. Because I was expecting like that whole cinematic flip. I was kind of upset when it didn't.
It just ground to a halt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we've seen a lot of things pop up in BTOS that also popped up in Nolan's work. So yeah, he
Yeah.
probably saw bad this.
He was a cartoon nerd. He got up
he's a
at
bat
7
fan.
a.m. to watch these, just like the rest of us.
Just like the rest of us.
I did. So I was curious when. So I was talking to my friend Dylan, and how I didn't watch these live.
Right.
And I was curious when I started watching Kids WB. What era?
Okay, so what do you remember watching? I'm assuming Pokemon.
Yeah, lots of Pokemon.
So that would have been on at the same time
Yeah,
as this.
yeah,
you
so-
just chose not to watch it.
From what it was, so Batman was first. Batman Beyond was. I started in 2000.
Okay.
I found the original Kids WB Saturday morning cartoon lineup.
Yeah.
Of 2000.
Okay.
And I don't think I watched Pokemon on Kids WB because that was still when you
Really?
had. Well, so
Did you watch it on Cartoon Network?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was when you still had Cartoon Fridays.
Oh. Yeah.
And so that bled into.
Wait, wasn't there like a dog, like the spokesperson for Cartoon?
Cartoon?
Cartoon.
I mean, there was Two Stupid Dogs.
Is that what I'm thinking of?
Maybe.
Was the Two Stupid Dogs that go?
There's Courage.
Was that Boomerang? Is what I'm thinking of?
Probably.
Cartoon.
No, sorry. Pokemon was on Saturday nights. So Toonami was the anime block.
Okay.
So that's when I would watch Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon. And so I looked up the list for Kids WB, and I must have started watching 2002. Because I remember, I think Batman was not on anymore. 'Cause
Okay.
it was Justice League, and I didn't watch Justice League yet.
Right.
But that was when Jackie Chan Adventures had started. And I remember watching that live pretty much since the beginning.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
It's so good.
It is good.
It's so just like wonderfully happy.
I know. I'm gonna look at this cartoon thing as well. It's really bugging me.
So I think I missed. I wasn't doing Kids WB Saturday morning cartoons yet.
Okay.
I think Nick also had their. I think Nick, they had live action was new on Friday, cartoon was new Saturday morning. If I remember correctly.
That sounds right. Oh, you know what? Okay, Cartoons was on Cartoon Network, and that was Dexter's Lab, Ed, Ed, Eddie, Johnny Bravo. I think that was it.
Courage was added later, unless
Yeah.
that's separate from Cartoon Fridays.
Here we go. Okay, Cartoon Friday opening.
Oh, it's so good.
Let's see if this
It's
is-
honestly what inspired me to be a motion designer.
Let's see
I
if-
could almost tell you scene for scene what happens in this.
Let me see if this is what I'm thinking of. Let me hold it.
Da-da-da.
Okay, this seems kind of
It's
seems
so
kind of familiar.
amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, ba, dum, bum, ba, ba, dum, bum,
Yes,
ba.
this is exactly what I was thinking of. Okay, yes. Stop tapping. This is a lot longer than I remember, but I love it.
Oh, it's a minute and a half.
Yeah.
No, that's not eat. Fridays.
What's the chicken and cow one?
Wow. I am appalled at the way you just said that. Do you really not? Were you? Is that a joke?
I can't remember the name of it. Was it Chow and Chicken?
It's called Cow and Chicken. Yeah, so it was Dexter,
Johnny Bravo was in there, Ed,
Powerpuff
Nettie.
Girls, Ed, Nettie, I Am Weasel, Cow and Chicken.
Yeah.
I think that was all of it. Because Kids Next Door wasn't there yet. Because that's when they were doing the competition for Kids Next Door.
Okay, yeah.
Which was so good.
Now, did the shortened version of that? The shortened version had the cartoon. Right?
Yeah, so
it was Dexter who said
that was
it.
the 5-second bumper. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, all right.
Yeah, so that was the intro. So that's what they played at this. It's 7 o'clock.
The start of all of it.
Yeah,
okay.
7 p.m. at the start of Cartoon Fridays, and then you would have the 5-second bumpers before and after commercials.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, man, memories.
Yeah.
Slayton, right back. Slayton. It's like
Sliding.
Sliding and skating. It's
Yeah.
just Slayton back in time.
No, like I said, literally that intro. I've had that on my computer since 2008 because I've had it downloaded, and I always transfer it to whatever new computer I have because it is the thing that made me become a motion designer because I love it so much.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it is really. Oh man, takes me right back.
Yeah.
Right back to cow and chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken and cow.
I fucking hate
Cow and
it.
chicken. Wait, was the devil, the red devil with the big butt? Was that also cow and chicken?
Yeah.
Okay, I never actually watched that show. I don't think.
That's how he would laugh.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, he would do that. They had the band lesbian episode.
Wait, wasn't that Courage the Cowardly?
No, that was Cow and Chicken.
Where it's like, was that the thing with the lesbian biker gang? And
Yeah.
they open the door and there's a whole bunch of women bikers literally eating carpet?
Yeah. No, they broke into the house and they were eating the carpet.
I mean,
Like it's hilarious, but horrible.
it's not. I shouldn't be laughing at it because it's very tasteless.
Yes.
But
But it's the situation. They stuck that into a kid's
it's
show.
the fact that it's in a kid's cartoon, it's so grossly inappropriate for that. And then also, you know me, I love a really good play on words.
Yeah.
Is there a term for like when something metaphorical happens literally? Is there a specific
I'm
term
sure
for that
there
sort of like
is.
literary device? Because if there is a term for it, I love every time that it happens.
What's I don't know why this is the one that popped in my head. What's a portmanteau?
Oh, portmanteau. Okay, a portmanteau is one of my all-time favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when you take two words and combine it into one.
Got it.
So like Brangelina, the usually outdated one, that's
Yeah.
a combination of like two names.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's so many of them out there, but that is my favorite twist on language you can possibly
Yeah.
do. There was a great one from one of my all-time favorite shows, Californication, and
What-
yeah,
Have you watched it?
Are you familiar with the show? Have I
I've heard you should only watch the first 4
Have I
seasons.
told you about it? But he comes up with, he's trying to think of the word for when you're getting a massage from a male masseuse and there's like a little bit of unintended turgidity, and he refers to it as a broner.
Yeah.
Big fan of that one.
I like it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. I have one I created myself for an automotive-induced erection, which is a card-on.
I hate you. What were we talking about?
Oh, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, sure.
But, okay, so I think this is actually a great idea for an episode. One, it's because you don't want to just do new versions of old villains again and again and again. Like I think
Right.
they did a really clever job on how to reintroduce the Jokers, how to like keep an element of the Joker around with the gang. And later on in the comics, they actually introduce a newer version of Catwoman, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
But for the most part, this show avoids doing like, oh, this is like the Clayface of the future, the Riddler of the future. But I like that they found a legitimate way to bring back an old villain.
Yeah.
Because I think that adds a more interesting dynamic between Terry and Bruce as well.
I was a little surprised at how soon they brought this in. This is episode 4.
Yeah,
5.
5, yeah, if you count the first as a two-parter,
Yeah.
which we do.
Yeah, that's what kind of surprised me the most.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Freeze because you'd mentioned before that Freeze was coming back.
He's come back, yeah. I forgot how early this was as well. But I think it was a good idea on their part to bring it in early, because one, it pays tribute to how connected it is to the older films or the older show as well. Like it's very much attached to that still, but also, like I said, it's very true to that character. It shows, hey, we're still going to treat these villains really seriously. It made a big effort to make him sympathetic.
Yeah.
Like, it's not his fault that they drag him out of storage to do this to him. And, I also like, too, that there are stakes attached to it. It's Powers is invested in this working because he's dying. And then, Bruce doesn't believe that his villains can be redeemed, I think, with a fair amount of history to kind of more or less prove him right.
Right.
And then also, this is about Terry still being a bit naive without it being super on the nose about it. Because it's not that he's necessarily naive specifically, it's that he still wants to see the best in people. And that's still the difference in the two of them. And I think that dynamic plays out really well as well, without being really on the nose.
I wish, because I enjoyed this episode a lot, I think I would have honestly wanted this to be a two-parter. Because
what more would you have done? I'm curious.
I really wanted to hammer. I want to really hammer into that point of Bruce and Terry fighting over the villain. Because I wanted Bruce to because we don't know the last time Bruce saw Freeze.
No, we don't.
Assume it was the movie.
Yes, I mean we know the last time we see him as an audience is the end of Cold Comfort in the New Batman Adventures, when that's when he's the head and his suit is left behind the iceberg. We don't know what happens to his head. So clearly at some point it's collected by Wayne Powers. And I guess in a comic that's addressed, that Derek Powers' father, who I think is a character actually in Justice League Unlimited, I want to say.
Okay.
Finds the head and keeps it for himself as part of a grander scheme.
Got it.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I would have wanted Bruce to learn about the head, find out it's at Wayne Powers, and he would want to intervene himself because this is his business.
Yeah.
Not like Wayne Enterprise business, but this is
personal
his
to him.
Villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he would try and push Terry back. And he would come at it from a Bruce angle, not a Batman angle.
Right.
So he would come at it trying to attack the company. And then he would cross some line that he, shouldn't cross, either, about to beat someone or crack the glass for Freeze. Freeze begging for escape. I don't know, something. Terry has to come in, stop it. And then there's that really big hostility between them, and Bruce doesn't want. Again, it'd be dumb to do this so early because we already had this plot. And but if we do it when they start trusting each other a little bit more, if this is if this is episode 5 of season 2, then just really dig into that and almost make it a Robin story.
Oh, okay, kind of like Robin's Wrecking a little bit.
Yeah,
I feel like that idea is maybe not done so overtly, but I feel like it's done a little bit in Return of the Joker, if I recall, just in terms of how they each have a different way of trying to approach dealing with the problem. I feel like there's a couple of episodes.
I just wanted it to affect Bruce more than it did.
Yeah,
and I think they could have if they gave this because this was already a very full episode.
Yeah, it's very efficient. I guess for me, I liked that Bruce. He definitely didn't believe Freeze would turn good. But also, there's an element of him just kind of not giving a shit. He clearly cares because he tells Terry, you're going to follow him all the time. But it's almost like he's not willing to really put in the effort because he's been let down so many times.
Right.
He just assumes, this is going to go wrong. You pay attention to this. Just trust me. It's going to go completely tits up. And I like that Terry tries to see the best in him. I mean, I suppose it helps, too, that... they very much make Freeze to be a super, super nice guy. I mean, he literally saves the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that turn for me was kind of weird because he is brought back. So when we see him first, he's begging for death. He's been in,
30
living in
some odd
cryo
years.
freeze for, and for 30 years. He's begging for death. He gets a new body, and then immediately he's like, I'm going to save everyone now.
Yeah.
So he saves the cat. He apparently still has $500 million saved.
Yeah, I guess, is that just interest?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that
Like,
stuff
how,
works.
I mean, I guess because he said that was from his legitimate work as a doctor. I mean, he was just like he was working in a lab. Like, I don't think he was making that much money.
Right. And also, what about the money he spent to build his suit?
Yeah, his suits. Yeah, I mean, I guess that was only done from his ill-gotten gains. Is
I
it
don't know.
ill-begotten? Ill-begotten or ill-gotten?
I don't know.
Let's say
I'm not an
begotten.
English person.
Let's say ill-begotten gains.
Il-Bugatti gangs.
Yeah.
Gains.
The ill-begotten gang.
Yeah. Those brat bastards.
The old ill-begotten gang. Up to their old tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Screeching their tires through our town.
It's like the most like passive form of crime.
Yeah.
Like they just tire
Just
squeal
yeah.
at like 10:30 p.m. Like, it's late enough that it's a nuisance, but it's not so late that's like really waking anybody up.
early.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's for the people who like, because this is very much happening to me right now. It's like 5 a.m. when people are getting up to go to the bathroom and they're just screeching their tires through and people can't go back to sleep.
Right.
Because I have birds outside my window and I'm dealing with that right now, and it's
Like, I'm assuming.
miserable.
Wait, do you mean like natural birds, like the animal, or
Yes.
birds the scooters?
No, natural birds. Yeah.
Have you seen that Photoshop someone has done of the poster from the movie The Birds, but it's a whole bunch of bird scooters
that's
raining down on
amazing.
top of Tippy Head
I
Train?
love that.
It's real good, but also fuck those birds.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Um,
I mean, because he
he saves the cat. He donates his $500 million.
Yeah. Well, so I think that graveyard scene is really pretty incredible.
I didn't
It's
expect
really
it to be
important.
his grave. I thought it was going to be his wife.
Is Nora's grave. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I think, what did she remarried? Wasn't that what happened at the end?
Yeah.
Isn't that what happened when we caught up with him in Cold Comfort? So, yeah, I mean, I guess he's moved on from Nora at this point, I suppose, after 30 years as a head in a jar.
Yeah.
But I liked that idea of like burying the head somewhere and sort of this acknowledgement of that was someone different. You're a new person. I liked that the hitman showed up there.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I thought was very interesting, it's a small detail, but it paints the world a lot. He is using an actual bullet machine gun. Most of the guns we see in this are all laser powered.
Yeah.
But they're also in the hands of like Derek Powers or
Younger.
the goons that
Yeah.
work around him. So these are all like the highest tier security. So it kind of makes sense that in this world, kind of like the way that there are hover cars and normal cars, depending on the wealth level would indicate how advanced technology is. Cool little detail. But also, I was trying to figure out, and maybe Maddie can help us figure this out, where that was supposed to have taken place. Freeze killing his family, because
Well, I assume it wasn't an intentional kill. In my mind, it was during one of the scenes when he's trying to rob something or
Yeah.
trying to escape.
no, I would
He
agree with
froze
that,
an apartment window and it happened.
Something
they were
like
just
that.
caught in the crossfire.
because I feel like Freeze is one of those villains that I don't think he has a lot of effect in Gotham when we're not seeing him, right? So, I mean, the first time we meet him in Heart of Ice is his first appearance,
Mhm.
and he's in Arkham at the end of that. And I'm trying to remember, did he break out of Arkham for his second episode? How did that work?
I don't remember.
But I can't remember either. But then after the second episode, he goes off and hides out in the ice fields, and he pops up again for Sub-Zero. But I feel like when he's not on screen, he's really not around.
Right, he's just doing his own thing.
Yeah, so I'm curious if there's like some sort of headcanon of him having further conflict with Batman after the end of Cold Comfort. I almost feel like that's where this would slot in. Because especially if he was still a head lying around, he could have gotten back into a body and kept operating as a criminal for a while. Like up until the point where maybe right before Bruce retired. I don't know. I'm very curious where you think they could have fallen in.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to stick with my thought that they were just caught in the crossfire for some...
Heart of Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, the guy is probably, what, late 50s, early 60s, the guy that tries to kill him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that works. It's been...
30 years.
Yeah, this is supposed to be 2039.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
40 years.
40 years on. Yes, I mean, he could have been it could have been like his older family. It could be like his parents had died, not necessarily like his wife and daughter or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Who knows?
The Watchtower guys do.
Maddie knows.
Because they know more than us.
Yeah, and then obviously it degrades, and he ends up getting back into one of his old. Well, it degrades, and then Lake tries to kill him so they can check. They can like do an autopsy on his organs, and then he comes back with that sweet suit.
That looks so cool.
I really like that suit a lot. It definitely fits in this world, and you could see him being one of those guys that had advanced technology before his time, like in the same way that the Batman Beyond suit is 20 years old. That suit would have to be 30, maybe some odd years old.
Yeah.
But you could see him having built it back in the day, maybe just not gotten a chance to use it.
Right.
You know.
What I want to know, which is a really dumb question, but what happened to his original head?
They buried it. That's what they buried.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Didn't I miss that line?
Would you think it was just a purely symbolic grave?
Yes. I thought that since he was locked up for so long that, I don't know, maybe Bruce dug it or something.
Bruce was out there himself just...
I didn't know how fresh the grave was. It could have been... in my mind, it was a grave from 30 years ago when after the Cold Comfort episode, Batman feels bad because he couldn't save Mr. Freeze. And so he, he probably owns the graveyard because what the fuck don't the Waynes own?
So he drove out there and just overnight dug a grave.
I don't know if there was anything dug there.
He could have rebuilt it.
He could have just put the tombstone up as a symbolic gesture. Maybe Nora did it. I don't know.
The groundskeeper just like shows up in the morning like, was this yesterday?
I don't think they care.
How did this? Yeah, fuck it. Whatever.
There was
back to the shack and rolls
multiple possibilities that someone else could have put that grave in before him.
Okay, here's a better question because we know what happened to his head.
What?
Obviously, what happened to his original body?
Didn't it blow up?
No, because when we meet him in Cold Comfort, he's just the head and his little spidery legs. Mm-hmm. So what? Obviously his body decayed and he realized he could live without it or whatever. So he became a head. But what did he do with that body? Do you think that's stashed away in one of his secret? It's also in cold storage next to his crazy suit.
Here's my darker thought. So to cross over with the movies, didn't he have penguins working for him at one point?
He had
some
the Inuit kid.
Oh, never
looking
mind.
after him, and he had some polar bears.
That's what it was. Yeah, the polar bears. He fed it to the polar bears to gain their trust.
I like to think he just stole the technology from the Martians and Mars Attacks. The technology allows them to separate human bodies and heads and have them still function.
Yeah.
He stole that, and so his headless body, just wandering around in an ice cave somewhere.
Oh no. Still looking for Nora.
But
eventually for the one thing it can't have.
Polar bear eventually just knocked the shit out of it.
Yeah. Sorry, on the note of floating heads, I'm still in the middle of my Simpsons rewatch.
Okay.
And I'm in the middle of season 5 right now. And they had the first Futurama head in season 5.
They did? Where?
There's an episode called Bart Gets Famous.
Okay.
Bart Becomes Famous. Where his famous catchphrase, "I didn't do it."
Yeah.
Becomes a worldwide phenomenon. And he's afraid that he's going to be a one-hit wonder. And so it's a flash forward into the future, to the 2040s or something.
Okay.
And they're playing celebrity squares. What was that one
Hollywood
called?
Squares.
Hollywood Squares. And so he's one of the squares, and then next to him is the head of Martha Stewart. It wasn't her, but I don't remember who exactly it was. And you see the head from Futurama.
Jar.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, oh shit, they had this idea in fucking 94.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is still one of my favorite parts of Futurama is the heads.
Yeah.
You've seen all of Futurama, right?
Oh, multiple times.
Yeah, so it's the Comedy Central years when there's the episode when they realize if you lick the head, it teleports you in time. It's oh, where's I don't know, where's Leonard Nimoy? Oh, he's over there throwing up in the bushes. It's Herbert Walker and George W. Bush. Now.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, sorry for that little
head
in the jar.
I'm so glad that was a thing so long before. But I mean, we're talking about the fact that this episode doesn't shy away from killing people. So
yeah, he
kills
himself.
Lake.
Yeah, he kills Lake.
He absolutely kills Lake. He dies. We don't see him again, so it's pretty much assumed that he dies in this.
Yeah.
You know, and the assassin shows up, and his family was killed. Like, this show very much is not worried about addressing death anymore.
Here's another thing that I wish they would have hung on just for like 5 more seconds. Is since they did kind of kill Freeze. I know they can't officially say that they killed him.
No.
But I would have wanted Terry to, like, Bruce turn around and walk away when they're on top of the building. I wanted Terry to just kind of linger there for a minute because it's the first time he's lost. Like, he hasn't had the training that Bruce has where he can handle kind of separating himself from his villains.
Yeah.
And this is the first time. I mean, he hasn't been doing this long, and he's already lost a major battle.
That's true. 'Cause he kind of lost with Willie Watts, but again, that the handling of Watts' sympathy was always a little funky. But you're right. I think this is the first time he seems really genuinely emotionally invested in someone.
Yeah.
But I did like that moment at the end when Terry turns to Bruce and says, "You were right," and he responds back with, "We both were."
Yeah.
Because it does, in a weird way, even though Bruce is very hardened by being alone for so long, in some ways he's also kind of softened up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe because Terry's not his quote-unquote kid. Maybe that's part of the reason he's a little bit nicer to him.
Supposedly. Sorry, we're not going to get into that.
We're not going to get into that, yeah. But I feel like this is the first great episode of the series.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Yeah, I like the Ink episode. I like the finale of it, and I like her as a character, but I think it's only kind of a meh episode. I didn't much care for Gollum, and I didn't really much care for Heroes, our next episode.
Oh, sorry, we're missing the whole other big reveal as we finally get Blight.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that entirely. Yeah, the first proper appearance of Blight, where he names himself.
I shall be blight upon the land, and everything I touch will wither.
Yeah, that's also a good intro. It's a good place to bring him in as well, especially because he then becomes the focus of that battle in a lot of ways. Like Freeze is basically dying; he's really injured, and it really becomes a battle between Batman and Blight. Mm-hmm. It's a good fight.
Yeah, it's a really good fight. And then you just see him get blasted off from the freeze ray.
Out into the lake, and it's picked up. Oh, we brought these in case you're cold.
Yeah, I wanted to see that. I wanted them to take off and then see the goon just, like, get thrown out as they're taking off.
Just surrounded by idiots.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool place to bring him in. I like him as a villain.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons I love this episode. There's so many different factors at play. It's Freeze has his own agenda, Powers has his own agenda, Lake to some degree has her own agenda.
I kind of didn't like Lake because I would have rather it just be like a nameless doctor.
Yeah,
because I didn't like Stephanie Lake. I didn't really catch her name.
Yeah, I remember her having some sort of romantic subplot with Freeze. That's not there. That was a misremembrance on my part, which I'm glad they didn't do. That would have been a bit too much.
Yeah.
But they certainly set her up to be. They suggest that she's a little bit sympathetic with the inclusion of the graveyard. So then when she turns out to just be, no pun intended here, cold-hearted about the whole thing.
Cold-hearted snake.
Yeah.
Look into those eyes. Uh-oh.
What?
Do you not know the song?
What? What song?
He's a cold-hearted snake. Look into those eyes. Uh-oh, he's been telling lies.
What song is that?
It's not important.
Is it from an anime?
No.
Okay.
Kind of.
It's like a real people song?
Yeah, it's like a song from the 80s. It's called Cold Hearted Snake.
Oh. Is it from the band Whitesnake?
I don't think so. I don't know who sings it.
Oh, okay. Well, come on, Cameron.
He's a cold-hearted snake. Look into those eyes. Uh-oh. He's been telling lies. All right. It's the only part of the song I actually know.
Yeah, who knows the rest of it, honestly. Yeah,
we did get one. I think we got two, but I only wrote down one of the freeze puns.
Oh, I've kept this in cold storage.
Yep.
And then what was the other one?
That's the only one that I wrote down.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he said something earlier, and I just didn't write it down.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't. Yeah, I feel like he didn't actually have a pun until he's back in the suit. I feel like he can't pun unless he's in the suit.
Right.
He's not in character unless he's in the full-on suit.
So he has all that extra space since he doesn't have a body. Well, I guess now he has the body.
Now he has the body in there, yeah.
So I think inside it's just like he can lower his head, and he's just written a million like in all of his free time in between his long bouts with Batman.
Yeah.
He has some that are written, by him.
Yeah.
And then like around the corner for like the really deep cuts, he contacted Riddler. And he's like, Riddler, I need ice puns.
Yeah.
And so he has like the extreme ones, like in case of emergency puns.
Yeah.
Over here.
He's been trying for years to figure out how to incorporate a freezer joke in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
That's why he's so angry, because he waited 30 years for he knew someone was going to open that door eventually.
Yeah.
He had 30 years to plan it, and then they opened the door and he just forgot it.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so angry.
He's just looking at one. He's like, that's no good.
I hate you. I hate you. We're done with this episode.
But no, I definitely like this more than Heroes, which...
You mean Fantastic Four?
Yeah, the not quite fantastic, not quite four.
Yeah.
It's just a little... It's a good idea, I think. I like the idea of other heroes.
Yeah, same. So this was my idea when I just saw the title was Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Jokers that are obviously looking up to the Joker.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we don't have any Batmen like that. Because we do have in Dark Knight Rises. No, Returns. Thank you. We do have kind of the people that look up to Batman.
Yeah.
And kind of become the new Batmen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really surprised we don't have a few people like that, or at least people like we get hint to join the police force because they were inspired by Batman.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, you would expect there to be some sort of legacy.
And that's what I
throughout
wanted
the city.
Here. I wanted... this is obviously before I saw the episode. I just saw the title.
Yeah.
I wanted, now that Batman was out on the town again, you'd have either an older guy or a kid whose dad was saved by Batman to be like, I want to do this too. Mm-hmm. And almost have a syndrome from Incredibles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, someone who's kind of scorned.
Yeah.
Or even just, that would have been interesting too, to even have someone who was trying to be a hero and was just kind of like Syndrome does in the prologue, becoming more of a problem.
Yeah.
Like, it's not his intention to be problematic and like make things worse. But
That'd
that's
be
what
such a
ends up
good
happening.
Batman episode, because Batman is so like against anyone helping him.
Yeah. That would be interesting too, to see how Terry would feel about someone else like being an imitation of him.
Yeah.
Because he is in turn an imitation of
Or
Bruce. And
on that same front, they kind of know what Batman sounds like, and they know this isn't the same Batman. It's
Yeah.
like, you don't deserve that suit. Whoever's under there, I'm the true heir.
that would have been
Batman.
cool. Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been a great episode.
See, would have been.
This one was fine, but
Would've
this
been
would have been a
good.
great episode.
Would have been good.
Mm-hmm. So we meet the Fantastic Three.
Yeah, the Fantastic Three. Also, I'm surprised it took us this long to finally get jetpacks in this universe. Like, I mean, we're 6 episodes in, but I was expecting like episode 1, a bunch of people flying around jetpacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the terrific trio. It's Fantastic Four origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get hit by radiation. It turns them into monsters.
One's made of rubber.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Sorry. It's from an anime intro.
God damn
In One Piece.
it. Oh God.
The intro of the song. Not gonna go into it.
Yeah. So there's
2D Man.
Yes, there's
who's
the
Mr.
Mr. Fantastic equivalent. There is Freon, who is kind of Invisible Woman, kind of Human Torch, and then
Iceman, but he's not a Fantastic Four person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say because Magma is a cross between Thing and Human Torch.
Yeah. So they kind of distributed the Human Torch amongst the others.
Mm-hmm. Split them in half.
Yeah, they kind of divided them up there, made it 3. They would have been 4 if Hodges, I think, was like the fourth guy.
Yeah, Dr. Hodges.
Dr. Hodges, who was just trying to get on his best friend's wife.
I mean, it's the Doctor Doom intro.
It's the same thing,
kind of flipped, because I don't know in the comics, but in the movie it was Reed was into Sue, but Sue was engaged to Doom.
Was about to be engaged to Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like in the comics, Doom is just super jealous of Reed Richards, right? Because didn't Reed like accidentally cause an explosion that ruined his face?
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't he like trying to like bring his mother back from the dead or something?
I don't know anything about the Fantastic Four.
Sounds right. I feel like he was trying to like. Because I think at one point he makes a deal with Mephisto to bring his mom back. I don't know. It's a whole weird thing. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea. I think the turn just happens too quickly. It's like they're totally acting like heroes, and then Magma gets upset because some little girl is freaked out by his monstrous appearance.
Yeah.
So then he gets all pissy, and then the guy who betrayed them realizes that they're genuinely dying, like their DNA is breaking down, they're falling apart, and he tries to hide it from them, and then they just become villains in like an instant.
That's not the twist I was expecting.
What twist were you expecting?
They had a line in there that they were basically being funded by the government. And I wanted someone in the government to take... I wanted them to have a more... I mean, they kind of have a sympathetic ending, but I wanted it to be more sympathetic. Because I wanted the government to try and, like someone was corrupt in the government who ordered them to do a task that was in the wrong. They didn't know that. And so then Batman had to come in and teach them that what they were doing is wrong. That
would have been a much more interesting moral dilemma to put everyone in.
Yeah.
Rather than have them turn into a-holes. Mm-hmm. Also, unrelated to that, what's with the Hitler stash on the general?
Yeah, not into that.
Do they just decide that 100 years is long enough? Like,
I guess so.
It's been 100 years. We can go ahead and do this again.
Jordan did it.
Yeah, but I mean, he tried.
Yeah.
He tried. I mean, no one has successfully brought that back.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because mind you, Chaplin was before. I guess before / contemporaries of.
Well, I mean, that was always the joke. That's why he did The Great Dictator.
Yeah.
Was because everyone thought he was a supporter because he had the mustache. He's like, I had the mustache before he got power.
Yeah.
I've had this mustache since 1919.
This was cool before this, guys.
Yeah. He copied me.
Really.
I was the hipster.
Do you watch Archer?
I haven't seen the past 2 seasons.
Okay, but the episode they go to Monte Carlo and he keeps having the flashback. It's like, why was he dressed like Hitler? Because Mallory is having him play cards and like drink gin when he's dressed up like Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No, whatever.
Sorry. I'm so
Archer
behind
fans
in everything
will appreciate
right now.
that one. Yeah. One little moment I did like a lot, though, was when they go to the toy store and Matt's like, no, Trevor a bunch of twips. Batman rips. Like,
yeah.
I love the rhyming slang one of this world, but two, that was a cool moment. I'm like, all right, let me buy you some ice cream.
Because he learns later that Terry's Batman, right?
No, he never learns in the series. In the comics recently, Terry and Matt are living with Bruce.
Okay.
And Terry gets in some sort of trouble, and so Matt takes a Robin costume, becomes the Batman Beyond Robin. I know. I haven't read the comic. I just know that happened, but nothing like that ever happens in the show.
Okay. Because I like to think that he knows exactly how to push Terry's button. So whenever he wants something,
he just compliments Batman.
Yeah. He's like, oh man, if Batman were here, I'd be the happiest kid in the world.
Oh.
How about we go get some ice cream?
Get some ice cream, buddy. I like the dynamic between Terry and Matt. Mm-hmm. Okay, because when the Terrific Trio turn bad.
To be fair, I mean, they don't really
turn bad. They just steal some data from.
They steal data about themselves.
Yeah, and then the general decides he's going to kill them all in the worst military operation ever.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even let's go in and have a strike team. Let's do this quietly. These are very public figures. Everyone loves them.
Yeah.
Let's be smart about how we handle this. It's let's just fly at their building and just shoot missiles into it, causing a shitload of collateral damage and debris flying everywhere and a whole massive clusterfuck in the middle of one of the busiest cities in the world.
Yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fucking brilliant.
Right.
Also, what a waste of money. The government paid for that building. Like, you think they would go in, capture or kill the trio, and like, well, let's repurpose this shit. Like, we spent billions on this.
Yeah, they'd have all the codes to get through the building.
Yeah. You would think they would have had some sort of built-in, like, fail-safe system there. Like, here's, if they go out of line, here's how we can kill them inside the building itself.
Yeah.
That would have made way more sense.
A vent?
A vent.
Step 1, get a vent.
Yeah. We just need a vent and a water hose.
Yeah.
And that'll take care of both of them.
All 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh, right, all 3 of them. Also, can we talk about the fact that Terry kills them all?
Yeah.
Like, that...
Well, 2D man, we don't know.
That's true. We don't know
we
his...
Just see him
we just see him
off.
get sucked into it, and then we don't actually know what happens. We just know that magma got solidified.
Yeah.
But Freon
has like a
dies.
Gut-curdling... whatever the word is.
Wrenching?
Yeah, scream.
Blood curdling?
That one,
yes.
yeah.
Gut-curdling.
Yes, and just gets ripped apart.
Just shredded and sucked into the fan. Like, he just kills all of them.
Yeah.
Or
he's
at least
jealous. Chris, he's jealous.
He's so jealous.
I'm the only hero of Gotham.
They have toys.
Yeah.
And underwear.
They have the public praise of the city.
Yeah. They're the clean-cut heroes that a kid can look up to.
Yeah. A monster.
Yeah,
a piece
a monster,
of paper.
a cloud.
And a cloud. They're rock, paper, scissors. No,
Holy-
sorry, they're not, because she's a gas. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right. They're
Paper,
rock, paper, gas.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, cloud.
Yeah.
That would have been
Damn it.
amazing. Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
She should have been Scissor Girl.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what? No, I retract that. I immediately retract that idea.
I think we might run into the same problem the Count
The
Chicken had a few years earlier.
Yeah. I think we know better now than to do stuff like that.
So we've had episodes like this, and it's in Justice League where we have the clones, right?
Oh, they're modeled off of the other Super Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like that episode better than this one.
That one's, I think, just handles it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think they're just given a little more depth, made it a little more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like their turn is more justified. Whereas here it's just like, nah, a bad guy now.
Right. Well, I mean, it wasn't what I would have wanted, because I get like Magma is the most upset of the three.
Yeah.
Because it's the same. The thing is always the most upset of the four.
Yeah, well, and the added tragedy on this one is that he is basically separated from his wife as a result, or his fiance or whatever.
Yeah. So what I would have really liked it if the other two were kind of against it, and so they start up the machine, and Magma.
Oh, okay. The other
Magma,
two are like resistant to it.
Yeah, they like trap Dr. Hodges in the room. He's like, oh, if that was a 1 in a million thing, then we can just try this experiment again.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the like, oh no, I did it on purpose. I'm sorry, I wanted to fuck your wife.
Whoopsies.
And then the other two are kind of more hesitant.
Yeah.
And you see him, because you do see him like knock out 2D Man with a solid punch.
It's true.
It was accidental, but I think having something where he melts part of him, and he can't, because he is kind of plasticky, and he can't like reform that part of him.
Oh yeah, like
where he becomes the villain.
Well, if
and
he
then
got frozen, if like Paper Man, 2D Man got frozen, he could break apart, kind of like Elastigirl.
Yeah.
See, would have been clever.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
I know, a lot of missed opportunities in this episode.
It's. I'm not gonna say it's a bad episode. I think it's kind of forgettable. Mm-hmm. Like I can already tell I wouldn't put it on my short list.
Yeah. And like I've said a million times, we have so many elastic heroes.
Yeah.
And this one that, I mean, he's 2D.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of different.
He's basically just like Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted the joke in Family Guy where Stewie's on a date with some actress, or they're making fun of how skinny she is, and so she like slips.
Oh, it's Kate Moss.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, there's Kate Moss, and she like just slips through a crack.
Yeah. I would have loved that for Paper Man.
That would have been good.
That's how he loses. Is Terry just like cuts a small and there's like a crack in the floor.
Yeah, it's whoop.
Yeah.
Off he goes,
And he's gone.
and he's gone.
But yeah, what I was gonna say is like you have to do something unique with your elastic characters.
Yeah, it's a good idea for an episode. It's kind of fun to see them riff on the Fantastic Four, but
So literally, not even trying to hide
very obviously. I'm surprised they didn't have a Herbie equivalent in there somewhere.
it, or a Stanley cameo.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Speaking of Stan Lee cameos,
You watch Big Hero 6?
I did. I love Big Hero 6. But it seems, unless you have more to talk about in this episode.
There was one dumb thing.
Okay.
Sorry. I have two notes.
Okay.
One is it safe for Bruce to use Terry's real name over the comlink?
I guess it's secure comm.
Well, we know Ink can hear it because Ink brought up that there was
she-
someone on the other line.
I think she could just tell that he was talking to somebody, not
Okay.
necessarily that she could hear the other end.
Okay.
That's what I'm
I
gonna
just
say.
I know they've been saying it the whole time of Bruce and Terry.
Yeah.
But I felt like maybe there's a lot of good technology in this world. Maybe just like
Maybe someone could hack into that.
Yeah,
But
like-
Batman's technology is always better.
I know it is. But again, this is 20 years old.
But his 20-year-old tech was like
Yeah.
30 years ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that. And there was a moment just as a animator.
Mm-hmm.
The other doctor working with Dr. Hodges, his walk cycle was off just
was
a
it?
hair. It wasn't that the walking was smooth, but they made his hips way too low. I think because they didn't want to animate the trench coat. And so when I first saw him, I had to pause it because for a second I'm like, is that a kid on another kid's shoulders?
They just stacked inside that trench coat.
Yeah, because like the legs were, because they animated the legs to be so short, and he took such small steps.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a kid. Like this is 100% a kid sneaking into this. So look out for that if you rewatch this episode.
That would have been truly the greatest Batman villain of all time. It's
Yes.
2 kids in a trench coat going around trying to
Trying to be
commit
doctors.
crimes.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is it seems increasingly unlikely that we're gonna get a chance to do our Teen Titans Go to the Movies crossover episode, just 'cause it's so delayed at this point.
Yeah.
I don't have that much to say other than the fact that I really enjoyed it. But let's take a couple minutes here, Cameron, and
Yeah.
give us your thoughts on Teen Titans, because we were both very skeptical about this because you were not a fan of the show.
The clips I've seen I've enjoyed, but I have not watched Teen Titans Go.
Right.
Yes. But holy shit, this movie is unbelievable.
It's great.
I think it's my second favorite movie of this year. I think
It's up there for me.
I think I'm gonna say it was better than Infinity War.
Well, because they're so different.
They're
Like,
almost polar opposites.
Yeah, they are in fact polar opposites. Like, Infinity War is an incredible achievement for so many reasons, but this is just pure canned fun.
And so I think I mentioned this on the Comic-Con episode. Lauren, Jared, and I waited. We had tickets to see it at Comic-Con.
Oh no shit,
But it filled up before we got. We were like 3 late.
motherfuckers!
I know. And this is I wish I would have watched this with people at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
because this is a movie
crowd would have
made.
loved it.
It's a movie made 100% for those fans.
Yeah.
Everything in the background. If I just had a remote and I could have paused every minute,
Yeah.
I would have found something.
I was trying to look up some of them today because there's so many. There's like the Lazarus nails. There's Dark Side Toys. The Rorschach.
That was great.
Yeah.
You
Green
saw
Lantern.
Ace Chemical.
Ace Chemicals. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite one, which I want to make a shirt for this because it was so good. It was Apocalypse and Nails, and
So
I
good.
fucking lost it in the theater when I saw
so
that.
So good. You and I saw it together, and we're basically just pointing things out to each other the
Yeah.
entire time. Oh my god, did you see that?
And then the one thing we kept pointing out, which I'm amazed they got away with this. I'm sure they probably hit it more, but most of them got caught. Was in when they were in the movie theater for the first time.
Yeah.
In the background, they hid mustaches on Superman posters.
Yes.
And I only saw 3 of them. They
they-
were only on screen for maybe 2 seconds in total.
real fast. So many mustache jokes actually because they did that. And then there's also a movie poster for Detective Chimp and the case of the missing mustache.
Yes.
And the S of the mustache, the Superman logo. I feel like there was something else with a mustache in there too.
I don't remember. I just
know.
couldn't get over those posters.
Yeah, like Batman versus Joker, Yawn of Justice.
Yeah.
Was in there. I loved when spoilers for all this, obviously, when they are filming the Batman vs Superman movie, and they realize they both have the same, like Martha, they share the mom name, and they become buddies.
What's
like,
your dad's name?
Jonathan, we're fine again.
Mine is Thomas.
It's so silly. It's a musical,
Yeah.
pretty
With
much.
fucking Michael Bolton.
Everything's
It's
better.
so good.
Everything is better with Michael Bolton. I've been listening to that soundtrack a lot.
It's so good.
It's so much damn fun. I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Yes.
Um,
And then the ending.
yes.
If we can jump straight to
that's-
that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, my big takeaway, super fun movie. Go see it. You know, especially if you're a Batman fan, which clearly you are if you're listening to this, because otherwise, why
Yeah.
would you?
And also just for the scene, like if you get this digitally, because I think I'm gonna buy this digitally. when
I'll
it
buy
comes
this.
out.
Yeah, I watch it a
I just
lot.
want to pause it when we get to the scene where you see all of the superheroes in the theater.
Oh, everyone's in there.
Everyone, the fucking who are the
Challengers of the
challengers
unknown.
of the unknown.
I only know of them because of New Frontier.
Okay.
But yeah, the fact that they're thrown in there and like
Yeah.
that repeated bit about it, no one knowing who the Challengers of the Unknown are. Also, best version of Hawkman ever. He's basically just a bird.
Yeah. Oh my god, no. Sorry, best moment of the movie is when they fucking do the Lion King parody.
Yes.
Oh my god. When you have the flashes hopping like gazelles.
Yes, I forgot about
Can't
that.
believe they got away with that.
Oh,
I can't believe what they fucking did. to a Lion King parody.
The whole movie is just a whole bunch of non sequiturs. Like that's a fantastic non sequitur, and even the whole thing where they realize that they have to get rid of all the other superheroes.
Back to the Future.
And so we think they're going to kill them, but instead they go back in time. And the Back to the Future theme, the fact that they have back in time, they play the song.
They have a what's a Rad reference? Rad is a skate
right.
movie.
Yeah, the skate movie.
The biking movie. Sorry.
Yeah, with the tricycles, and they go back in time, and just how they get rid of everyone is so good.
Yeah.
Like they redirect Thomas and Martha so they don't go the alleyway. They go and they play a sick beat to save Krypton with all the crystals.
Yeah.
And
they take Wonder Woman's lasso and play jump rope with it.
Put jump rope in it. But what I love even more than that is when they realize that the world is all messed up. I thought they were going to stay in that messed up world the rest of the movie. But no. They just go back and undo everything.
Oh my God, the Martha part.
The most morbid one of all is they hand Martha the pearl necklace and let her walk down the alleyway, and you hear the gunshot.
It was unbelievable.
It's so dark.
It's so dark.
But just the fact they took, 15 minutes in a 90-minute movie to do something that had no effect on the plot.
Yeah.
That's probably the best sequence in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Or Slade. Or they even point out the fact that Deadpool ripped off Slade, not the other way around. Mm-hmm. It's so much fun.
I know.
I mean, the best DC movie since The Dark Knight.
100%.
Hands down.
I might say I like this more than The Dark Knight.
I like it more than The Dark Knight, yeah. I do.
And so then the ending, which
the sting.
I almost cried.
Yeah.
I squealed. Can you not tap on the table, Chris?
So sorry. Humbly repent.
In the middle of the credits, if you haven't seen it, I don't care about spoilers anymore because I told this to everyone out of the theater.
Yeah, it was spoiled for me before I saw the movie. Unfortunately,
it was the 2000s Teen Titans. They were back.
Yeah,
and we're coming back.
Yeah, we think we found a way back. Yeah,
and I'm like,
well, because I remember Tara Strong before this came out saying that if this movie does well, if this movie does well, there's hope for maybe being able to bring back the Teen Titans show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think especially now with DC Universe, they have that platform.
Yeah,
to do. I mean, it still would be expensive, obviously, but I think there's a demand for it. They wouldn't put that in there unless they were pretty certain.
God, those fucking assholes! If they did that and didn't do anything.
I'm sure that they're trying really hard to make that happen. I don't think they would have put it in there otherwise.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's a great tease. Mm-hmm. 'Cause I need to go back and rewatch that at some point.
It's so good.
Maybe that's what we'll do after this.
Yeah.
Not like this episode literally, but like maybe we'll become Titans talk after.
Let's do it. I know
you're on board. I mean, it was gonna have to be that or Avatar, which I still haven't seen.
Or Young Justice.
Oh, that's true. We should do.
Yeah.
Ooh, Young Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Good thought.
Or Brave and the Bold. Because you haven't watched that.
That is a really good idea. Because I have not watched Brave and the Bold yet. That's a very good idea, actually.
And that's just the most reference filled of all of the shows.
Yeah. Well, all right. So 2 years from now,
get ready,
two
folks.
plus years from now, whenever we get to that, that's what we'll be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go see Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
it's so fantastic.
It's so good.
It's probably still in theaters somewhere at this point. But yeah, okay. So I only have one bat plug this week because my week was not as crazy as yours, but it was still very, very busy. Pretty insane. So I remembered an hour before you came over that I promised I would watch My Hero Academia.
Oh my God.
I don't know. You probably didn't. You were off social media, plus you never check our Twitter. But Maddie and I were having a conversation because his girlfriend wanted him to start watching it too. So he's like, "Oh, we'll just do a podcast." I'm like, "Yes, we'll do a podcast without Cameron about My Hero Academia."
No.
But Cameron, I want you. You don't have to worry about me doing a podcast about My Hero Academia.
Do you not like it?
I didn't like it. No.
Did you only watch the first episode?
I did.
It doesn't get good until episode 4. Once he gets to the school.
That being, I mean, I'm sure that's the case. Like there were things I liked about it. I liked the general idea.
Yes.
I liked the world building. I liked the structure of it, of him being the one kid who doesn't have superpowers, who wants to be a hero more than anybody else, and him trying so hard to make that happen. Like really genuine emotional beats. I find the animation too distracting.
Really?
I can't get into it because it's just too much. Like it's too hyperbolic. Like anytime someone is like upset, they go into like full on anime mode where like they're crying.
Well, it's
their eyes get all. I know that's, and I would probably.
It's shonen, yeah.
Like I should probably give like Miyazaki films to watch because those aren't anime. They're in a similar style, but like
I mean, I'm not gonna get into that.
what?
Anime is the whole. Anime is just saying cartoon
Okay.
over there.
Okay, well, so it's an anime,
Yeah.
but it's not. It doesn't have
It's its own style.
It doesn't have the visual tropes.
Yeah.
Of anime cartoons.
Did that make you watch Redline?
No,
You should watch Redline.
I probably won't. I mean, does it have the same thing? Does it have like the super?
No. It's a gorgeous film. It's one of the most beautifully animated films I've ever seen in my life.
Is that?
It's the
car
speed
racing?
racer on cocaine. Yeah.
Okay, but they don't do like the crazy frantic flailing. Ah!
No.
Oh my god! Look, I'm basically just being super racist right now as I'm like saying how much I don't like that style. But it's too distracting for me. I couldn't get into the story because I just don't like that animation.
Okay.
And
when we finish recording this, I want to show you the fight scene. It's only like a 2-minute moment
Okay.
between Deku, the main character, and Todoroki, who you haven't met yet.
Okay.
Who is basically half Human Torch, half Iceman.
Okay,
He's great. And I just want to show you how beautiful
it can be.
Yes.
Okay, I mean,
because it's definitely the peak of the show, so I'm just going to show you the best moment.
okay. Show me the best moment, and then I'll see. Because I mean, the thing is that as much as I want to do it for you, I have so little time to watch TV. The last
get
thing I'm
it.
going to do is like make myself sit down to watch something I don't like.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
And I know, as you're saying this, I know there's one character that will make you stop watching the show.
Why?
Because he's the like Japanese pervert character. Because that's like a big trope in a lot of
Okay.
anime is you have the super girl crazy, like perverted character.
Okay.
I don't remember his name right now, but his special, his power is he can pull. He has 3 balls that grow on his head, and he can pull them off, and they're ultra sticky to everything but him. So he bounces off of them.
Oh God.
And so there's one scene in particular where they go to a hot springs, and he hears, because they're separated by gender. He hears the girl hot spring on the other side of the wall, and he has this like angelic moment where he sees himself as like an apostle. He's like, "This is my calling. I have to do this." And he pulls the balls off his head and crawls up the wall.
Oh.
And there's someone at the top that like scares him and he falls off. But it's funny, but I know you would hate everything about that character.
Yeah, I don't deal well with like aggressive heteronormativity.
Yeah. And then you meet the other. They do a pretty good job about making the girls like pretty awesome in their own right and not over sexualizing them, except for one.
Well, except for like Mount Girly or whatever her
Okay,
name
well,
was.
yeah,
And her first
Mount
shot was like,
Woman
it was like,
is-
nice to meet your ass acquaintance or something like that. The pun doesn't even work.
Yeah, so
Maybe it works in Japanese. I don't know.
Mount Woman is a different. You barely see her again. The 3 that you saw at the beginning, you don't see again the rest of season 1.
Oh, okay.
Yomo, I think is her name. Her ability is it's similar to like Firestorm.
Okay.
Where she can create things if she knows the chemical compound of it.
Oh, okay.
But instead of just turning it into something else, she can actually create things.
Oh, that's cool.
And the bigger the thing is, the more skin has to be exposed. So yeah, that's the trade-off for that sexualization.
It's a pretty big trade-off.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, well, show me that clip, and then I'll, I guess, give it a second thought. But
Or just jump straight to Stain, because
can't do that.
that's the scene that you would, or that's the mini arc that
I can't do it.
I know, but that's the mini arc that you would love the most.
Probably, but even then, I'm like, I don't like anime.
I get it.
Because I'm a horrible racist.
No, it's not a race thing. It's just a taste thing. You just have bad taste.
I do have very bad taste. It's a well-established fact.
That really hurts.
I know. I'm sorry, buddy.
I get it.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And I only feel slightly bad because reading a comic is a lot less time investment than watching,
Yeah.
70-some-odd episodes of a show?
Well, I mean, it was 1 for 1, so it was only 1 season for 1 book.
But you already read Long Halloween, didn't you?
No, I only read Hush.
Oh, you gotta read Hall. You just gotta read Long
I know.
Halloween.
I was going to do it this week, but then I
Okay.
was working.
You were
the whole
working
time.
awake, yeah. Regardless of me not watching My Hero Academia, you should really just read it anyways.
I know. I'm going to.
It's so good. It defines Batman.
What did Maddie think? Have you talked to him about that yet?
No, I just watched it
just
30
now.
minutes
Okay.
before you showed up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll have to send him a tweet.
But All Might is Superman, which is great. I'm not going to get into it now.
Yeah.
So my bad plugs, just so we can finish this up, so I can go cry. I watched a great movie and a weird movie. I watched Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh yeah. It's good.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
I did have it, I had a good theater experience,
Okay,
which
that's
is
good.
rare
Yeah,
nowadays.
for you, yeah.
When the movie started, I was worried because it was packed, and when I sat down, I was the only white person in my area, which is fine. It's whatever. The movie's not for me.
Yeah.
There were two teenage Asian girls sitting next to me, and I sat down, and I heard them whisper to each other, like, "Is he in the right theater?" And I'm like, I feel so welcomed.
Yeah, right.
But there were two teen girls on the other side of me, and then two adult women. Sorry, women, all women around me.
Yeah.
And then two adult Asian women behind me. The first 10 minutes of the movie is straight fan service for women, which is always great to see in a film, because you see every man except for Ken.
Ken Jeong.
Yeah, except for him, you see every man without his shirt off. That's their intro.
Yes.
Is no shirt.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm on board.
And it's like close-up ab shots constantly.
I can count all of them.
Yeah. But the movie is just so great, and it's doing such great things for the world and the community. Just seeing, like, I'll talk about this off air, because there's a joke that I want to talk to you specifically about.
Okay.
But it's just such a great, nice movie about family and about heritage and your heritage, and everything about everyone. Just go see this movie.
Yeah.
I can't even explain how fun and great. Like, I'm gonna go listen to all the books now.
Okay.
Because I just want to live with those characters more. Because
that's great.
They're so fun and fascinating. Awkwafina is amazing.
She
love
looks
her
like
to
she's gonna be
death.
really good in that. Yeah. She was really great in the trailers.
Yeah. Just everyone go see the movie.
Yeah, I want to. I'm gonna go try this week if I can.
Yeah. I'll go see it again. It was that good.
Okay. Nice.
And then my other movie I watched on Hulu. It's been on my list for a while, and I now decided, fuck it, I'm gonna watch it. I watched I Killed Giants.
Oh yeah, you mentioned
It's
that.
based off a comic that I read the first chapter of, and I never got to finish it. But the story is basically a sixth. I think she's in sixth grade. A middle school girl trying to protect her town from giants that are trying to attack it.
Yeah.
And kind of everything that results from that. But in the story, not to ruin anything deeper down the storyline, no one else believes there are giants.
Right.
Yeah. And so it's her kind of battling, like, or it's the audience kind of battling, like, are they real? Is she crazy?
Is she seeing these things? Yeah.
Because they are, like, affecting the environment, and she has, like, all these steps to stop them. And just the CGI, for being it's not a high budget movie, but the CGI on the creatures you see are so good.
Oh, cool.
It's a very pretty film.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
Okay. Would you recommend it?
Be in a good mood when you watch it, because it's kind
ominous.
of it's got a real gut punch of an ending.
Okay.
And it's kind of hard to finish.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's probably one I'm not gonna go watch at some point. You can
I'll
tell me
talk about
off
it
air
off air.
what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah. That's what I was kind of curious if it was good or not, because he just kind of disappeared and never really got any sort of like recognition.
Yeah, it's really good. I wouldn't put it in like my top films of the year.
Yeah.
But if you want like a non-superhero comic movie, like, this is a fun one.
It's a good one to go with. Oh, nice.
Zoe Saldana, all the acting is great. Zoe
Zoe
Saldana
Saldana's
is the middle school counselor.
Yeah, I forgot she was in it.
She's kind of the only name in it.
Oh, okay. Still though, it might be worth checking out.
Yeah,
Only had the time.
I know.
So I don't have the joy of getting to watch TV while I work.
That's true.
If only.
If only.
If only. All right. Should we wrap this shit up here?
I guess so.
Yeah, if you want to reach out to us and share your thoughts on what episodes we're checking out.
If anyone wants to talk about My Hero Academia.
If anyone wants to defend Cameron's position on My Hero Academia and dismiss me on it, you can find us at TimTalkPod on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Gmail.
Yes.
I am at Lordifer on Twitter and Instagram.
If you want to see my art, it's at Cameron.Dexter. And if you want to see my face, it's at CamDexter_adventures. And I've been posting some art stuff.
Oh, yeah,
There should be some more coming.
Some new animations, new Disney animations coming.
Got a few Disney things, a lot of Dave and Buster stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
because that's been fun.
Yeah.
And some more stuff coming soon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what we're looking at next week, what our show is, what the episodes are. Doesn't matter.
Some more Batman Beyond.
Yeah, whatever the next ones are, I can try to remember off the top of my head, but I don't.
It's fine.
Oh, I think we meet. Do you meet both Shriek and Spellbinder?
Ooh.
We might. I think we might.
I remember Shriek. That's one of the few villains I remember.
Yeah, I always liked him a lot. We might meet both of them next week. Hopefully we do, because those are awesome
Okay.
villains.
Nice.
Yes. So, but until then, thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.